Well, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Pastor Matt here again on this YouTube channel, continuing my series that I recently begun entitled The Cambridge Classics, wherein I am reviewing some of the longest standing, most beautiful layouts and settings that Cambridge Bibles produces. You'll remember, of course, that Cambridge Bibles is the oldest Bible producer in the world, going all the way back to 1591 with the Geneva Bible, which even predates the King James Version. And a standard guarantee comes with every Cambridge Bible that you acquire. We're looking today at the wide-margined edition in the goatskin leather, a Bible that I have most certainly reviewed a number of times, and you're probably already familiar with my crash test series in which I take one of these and subject it to the most rigorous pastoral use that I can put upon the poor little darling. And so this one right here looks nothing like the one that I've reviewed in the crash test videos, because this guy is a brand new one that a friend of mine sent to me. Pastor Brett sent me this one, and so I have before me a reminder of what my wide margin eagle used to look like before I abused it with so much pastoral work, study, notes, teaching, etc. So you can find those videos if you'd like to, or you can look at the entire Cambridge Classic series. But let's go ahead and just examine the wide margin eagle. Why is it called the eagle? For one thing, people ask that online from time to time. Answer is really simple. When you open up the Bible, it has an incredible wingspan of almost 6 feet wide. Well, okay, maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but you get the idea. This thing is very wide, and that comes from its namesake, which would be these beautiful, white, lush margins, which are essentially pasture lands for you to graze in your thoughts, notes, comments, insights, sermon details, etc. Okay, so that's why we get the name the eagle. And to begin from the outside and then working in, we see that this has a nice, very flexible, very strong, and very aesthetically appealing goatskin cover. It does have Holy Bible on the front. It does not have raised ribs, but it does have etched ribs, and it notes on the spine, Holy Bible, English Standard Version, wide margin edition with Cambridge Press, detailed beautifully on the spine. When we open up and have a look on the inside, we see one of Cambridge's standard polymer or synthetic liners. And this is an edge-lined Bible, meaning that the liner is tabbed onto the block, thus giving it strength, and you will not have this breakaway that sometimes happens right between the liner and the book block and the cover. Okay, nice little goatskin leather notation here in beautiful gold, and for the most part, the corners are very well done. Okay, when we open up the Bible to the inside, you're going to notice that the paper is some of the greatest paper you've ever seen, and that's because Cambridge's wide margin Bibles really do have leading industry standard beautiful white paper, and they're designed for what they're supposed to be designed for, and that is to write in the wide margins. And that minimizes the bleed through of your pens. And of course, many of us who collect and love Bibles know that Pigma Micron pens are some of the best for writing in your Bibles because they're made with archival ink, high quality, with less bleed through. Although I've personally experienced that just your basic ballpoint pen is just about as good as anything else, and writing in your wide margin, so you don't need to freak out about having the right pens. But you're also going to notice here something very beautiful, and that is that the wide margin has some art gilting, which would be red under gold on the page edges. And when you have a look at it from various angles, you get all kinds of neat little reflections and colors, which make the Bible look very beautiful. But don't be alarmed by that. This Bible is made to use. And if you're not going to use a wide margin, then you should probably spend your money somewhere else, because the point of a wide margin is, after all, to create your own study Bible, which you will do after several months and indeed years of writing and taking notes in your Bibles. It's really strange. It's almost a kind of an ethereal experience for me to flip through one of these and have the pages so white, because I've written so many notes in my particular wide margin eagle by Cambridge. But overall, one of the most delightful Bibles that you can acquire, although I will admit to you that you'll probably experience some sticker shock if you were to click down on the Amazon link provided in the description of this video, as this Bible does tend to be very expensive. But what I've sometimes asked people is, well, do you plan on having it for the rest of your life? Yes. How much was your cell phone that you're viewing this particular video on? Probably several $100 more than the Bible that's being reviewed here. And which of the two is probably going to be to the best of your spiritual benefit over the course of your life? Probably this one, not the cell phone. So I would say that having a wonderful Bible is a very good investment. And if you're the kind of person that likes to take notes, you can hardly do better than the Wide Margin Eagle by Cambridge. And one person asked me recently, why don't you talk more about the concordances in the back of the Bibles that you review? And I have to admit that I don't really speak about them much because I don't really use them very much. But from time to time, I do peruse the concordance. It is fairly excellent. Note here how many references there are to the word make. This whole column, all the way down here, more over here. So it's a very excellent concordance. And moreover, I forgot to mention that this is a center column reference Bible, meaning that in between the two columns, you do have two columns, you do have red letters, you have a very excellent set of reference material. And sometimes you have so many, in fact, that, like in this example, it actually spills over to the bottom right column. Okay, so what do we have here in general? We have the best leather with a wonderful translation and the best paper on the market, making the Wide Margin Eagle an excellent choice to acquire for your writing and note-taking, study, and devotional life. Okay, don't forget the link to this Bible will be provided in the description of this video. Lots more other videos on my Bibles playlist, so feel free to check that out. Also, it'd be nice if you'd follow me on Twitter, where we can talk more. And also, I preach at Faith Evangelical Presbyterian Church, and the link to my sermon page is provided in the top right corner. Love you lots. Talk to you soon.